Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to highlight this absolutely crazy farm that's going on this week for the external components, specifically for these sensors right here. And it's also a really great farm for Kuiper, Gold, and XP. And I'll have some suggestions on what you guys should be running for your external components, just to kind of help out with that. In order to do this farm, though, you do need to be on the hard difficulty, of course, for the game. And this may be relevant in coming weeks as well too. It just depends if there's a mission that's similar to the mission that we're going to run available from the targeted loot pool. And the targeted loot pool, if you guys weren't aware, is just by clicking this button down here when you're on the hard difficulty. It brings up this menu and it allows you to search for different items: reactors, processors, memory, sensor, and auxiliary power. Currently this week we can farm the processors. They're out in Timberfall, so there's missions out there that you can do for that. And you can farm the sensors in Moongrave Basin, and this is where we're going to be going to do the crazy loot farm. Unfortunately, this week there's no power sensors, there's no power, and there's no memory units that are available. You can also specifically look for different reactors that you need if you guys need those as well too. So we're just going to come over here. We're going to go to Moongrave Basin. The mission we're going to go to is this water cooling recording device. And as you can see below the name there, it says it's a seizure mission. So if there's future missions that are also seizures, this might be possible with those missions as well too, if they happen to be in the targeted loot area. So obviously you got to be on hard. And then two, I would highly recommend that you change your field state from public to private. You just do that by clicking on it essentially. The reason being is because you don't want anybody coming along and messing up this farm, because we're not actually going to be completing the mission. We're just simply going to start it. We're going to start the process of it, and then we are just going to farm all the mobs that spawn. So I'll show you guys where to go from here. You're just going to race out of this cave here. And here's the mission start right here. I'm going to go ahead and start this. You do need to pass by the right side of this rock. I don't know why it is specifically, but in order to spawn that thing to start the mission. And then all we're going to do is come down here to this security device. We're going to start this, disarm, and then you're just going to get off the plate. There's going to be one enemy that spawns up here. Just go ahead and kill him so he's not shooting at you. And then we're going to wait for these ads to spawn. You need to let those 4 ads walk onto the plate right there. If you don't, what will happen is it will not stop the progress of the seizure, and the farm will, you basically can't do the farm. So just let those 4 walk onto the plate, and then you essentially just run back and forth between these 2 areas, killing all the enemies that spawn. And as you can see, we've already gotten quite a few of these. I would say I get anywhere from 10, I've gotten up to about 33 of the sensors in a run. It just depends kind of how efficient you are with this. So I'm just going to speed up the video from here through the farm so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. And then I'll show you my build that I'm using at the end and the recommended external modules that I would suggest that you have on just to kind of help with your firearm leveling, character leveling, and then also the drop rate of a lot of this equipment and stuff like that, as well as the consumables that can drop. So as you guys can see, it took about 4 minutes to complete. We're looking at about 285,000 gold. We're sitting at about 18,000 Kuiper from that. And then this is all the drops that we got. As you can see, we got about 14 of the high-end sensors. Then all these other ones down here. Again, it's just kind of RNG, whether you're going to get 10, whether you're going to get, these are all going to be gold. And then with the change to the update, some of these materials are now dropping as well from the mobs. So that's also just a bonus. You can restart the mission from that screen as well too. A suggestion that I would make is that when it comes to your external components you're running when you're doing farming, some things you want to have are on your power one here. You want to have the Kuiper shard drop rate increase. So that's just going to increase your Kuiper shard drop rate. This one right here, character XP gain. Consumable drop rate is, that affects basically everything that's in your consumable slot here. So all of these different materials, like those cooling metallic foils, any of these things are going to be affected by the consumable drop rate. So I would run that. This right here, firearm proficiency, that's just going to help you increase the XP gain from your guns that you have on. And then gold, obviously, just gold increase. Then this one right here is important, the equipment drop rate increase modifier on the processor. Because I think that is what is affecting this, all these different, that's what I think is affecting the amount of drops that I get from this right here. So, because I feel like I've run this without this equipment drop rate increase modifier on here, and I haven't gotten as many of these sensors in the runs. So, anyways, I hope that helps. The build that I'm using for this is just kind of a general farming build. Mid-air maneuvering is, I would say, really helpful here because it allows you to just kind of grapple around, but if you can grapple the wall, then you should be fine. MP collector makes a big difference because it allows you to kind of like infinitely run on bunny. You just need the 1 HP, and then I would go with, skill cooldown, skill cost so that the running costs less, and then the big one's going to be your skill expansion right here. And then electric master and singular. This could be technician if you guys don't have singular or don't have space for it. You don't need to be on Ultimate Bunny either. You can do this on regular Bunny. It's not using any specific mods that are relevant to Ultimate Bunny. So, but I would highly recommend that you use one of the bunnies in order to do this. So, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Have